darling.
Product not yet rated.
Oh, I'm not alone.
Build your fortress to defend against the Clockwork Horde. Control lock through 75 days of intense warfare across a dozen maps. Unlock the secrets of the Archineers via an engrossing story told with hand-drawn cinematics and interactive cutscenes. Place Kingdom Force units in a new mode, Antonia Defense.
Let's go.
The time has come. You must hold on tight.
Silly chimps should know their place. I'll destroy you!
Alles klar, Kinder?
Ich bin bereit.
Yeah.
Big streamer.
Okay, like, but we have a little more possibilities in here, of course. So, and we also want to, with a mobile camera, like, we want to be able to, like, catch everything that's going on here. And here we are, back again, and as promised, I am not alone. You will see in a few seconds what I mean when I say, okay, this is probably like one of the best parts of our whole experience here at Gamescom, at the THQ Nordic booth. The amazing people that bring all this to life with some really amazing cosplayers here at the booth. We've seen some of them in our studio already, and here's another part of those. And please see them unveiled here. Look at this. So nice to have you here.
Hello.
So
Hello.
how are you doing, guys? This is all your last day, actually, and I think you're almost done, like, with all the cosplaying of the week, right?
Yeah, we are done actually. It was an amazing week, and it was such a pleasure to be here with all the amazing people around us. It is also a little tiring, to be honest.
I believe so.
Because after the whole day, and get in the costume the other day too, and the other day and the other day in the costume, so it gets a little tiring. But we still love cosplaying, and we still love to be here at the HQ Nordic booth.
That's so nice. So we got Gurmir here, who's doing this this beautiful Fury,
Yep.
and these are also some pieces of war that Ali has been doing. So that's only one hand and one foot. It is almost as big as your whole costume. So that's really a big. Those are big props.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? And also, I've seen this sword already, and I've also mentioned that this is ridiculously big. I mean, is that heavy too, or is it just like, how do you even manage to carry all this around all day?
Actually, it's really hard to wield this whole day because it's not that heavy, but for two hands. But when you have to carry it just with one hand, it's really hard in combination with something like this big loaf. So yeah, it's really hard.
Okay, can I maybe just try the weight of the sword? Is that possible?
Yeah.
I really like where would you hold it? Would you hold it at the handle actually?
Yeah, definitely the handle.
Oh, okay. So can I lift it? Wow, it is heavy. Aye, it is really. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't want to kill anyone. Wow.
Like the sword is made for killing, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should be
So
big.
it better be big and heavy.
Killing demons.
Okay. we've just been seeing War like wielding this like it was nothing, but this really weighs a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you guys been playing the Darksiders Genesis game also here at Gamescom? Have you had the chance at all to get your hands at this? I mean, you've been doing cosplay all week long, right?
At the Gamescom it was quite hard because, you know, it's Gamescom, it's always crowded with people and we don't want just to go and play. We want to be there for people, taking pictures and everything. But we had the possibility to play Darksiders Genesis at E3 and I think it's totally amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I really love this game style and yeah, I think this will be great.
Okay. Would you guys agree? Have you also played there?
Oh yeah, of course. We have the opportunity to play it at E3. And I already really love the game because we are waiting for so long to have Darksiders as a co-op mode. And now you can play with a friend as Strife and War, and everybody waited so long for something like that. So it's really amazing. And I really love Diablos, and they make it like this. So yeah, it is perfect.
Yeah, the style is really similar. Yeah.
And people were really waiting for the co-op mode, I think. That
Yeah,
I mean, the chat really liked this feature when we first showed it. Like with the devs, they were here and they've been showing some cool stuff that you can do with the co-op mode. And I think a lot of people also here at the booth were trying out co-op because it was possible here. I mean, if you are here with a friend, then it makes sense. If you're just alone, then you probably play the single player rather than co-op. But still, I think also think that's a cool feature. So you've been doing cosplay here all week, but like when did you make all these props? Is that something you have prepared a long time ago? I suppose. I mean, you can't make them like with the snap of the fingers.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people actually think. It doesn't work like this. We actually need a lot of time to make props like this in such a quality that would fit the standards to be at the HQ Nordic booth. And we also love to give some features inside the props to make them interesting. If you take, for example, a look at Ali's hand, it's full of features that people love, like it's moving.
Yeah.
Another thing that people love.
Rock and roll.
Wow.
Yes. So you can point at people. You can also point at people, right? So like,
Yeah.
it's you or you're next. Yeah.
Come on.
So people love when props are moving. Also, people love when props are shining. So we are implementing a lot of LED lights.
I see.
And it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. So a big prop like this can take maybe a month or more to make. So yeah, then we handle them like our precious babies.
Okay, and so you guys were here as kind of like a group. So tell us something. How does that work? That you like get connected in this cosplay scene?
Well, I work with Ali because we live together, so it makes sense, and we are both cosplayers. So on every costume we work together. I have some strong sides, he has some strong sides, so I think we complete each other very well.
Yeah, of course.
I see. Okay. I mean, there's also. I mean, they are more impressive even when they're like in a team. And you have probably seen the Destroyer Humans aliens, right?
Yeah.
And they really work best when it's all 5 of them. So
Yeah, that has a big impact. When you see one alien, you can still run, but when you are surrounded by 5, you can't.
You can't, right? How are people reacting to you? I mean, as I said, they've been doing photos and stuff, but were some, especially kids, for example, were they also frightened of you because the costumes also look intimidating?
Yeah, all the time, especially the eyes, because everybody is always looking into your eyes, and when the eyes look weird, like mine right now.
They do, yeah. I can definitely.
Especially kids get scared sometimes, but there are some superhero kids, and they're like, "Oh, I love you, and I want to take a picture with you," and that's so sweet.
That's really good. But do you like scare them on purpose sometimes?
Definitely yes.
You definitely
I really love it because when you have something this big with this big loaf, it's really cool because you see that some parent wants that kid to photo with us, and she's not.
She's not convinced.
Not sure. And I'm just like, come on, come on. Just, no.
And that doesn't make it better at all, right?
No,
not at all.
I remember last time when he tried this, he made a little boy cry. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. Okay, then that's me.
Yeah,
then.
but like there are some boys and girls that can handle that very well. So they get a picture, the heroes.
Yeah, because we are big and sometimes a little bit scary. So.
And you know, when you see like 4 horsemen, I would be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
totally.
you definitely should. And I mean, it's also like quite impractical to move inside of buildings. So with your full cosplay, like it wouldn't be possible to get you inside the studio, right?
Yeah, it's really hard because yeah, it's big, and I'm not sure if I am even able to sit here. So so that's why I have such. Just some things.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also already imagine. We've seen some pictures from the booth. The guys from Orkenspalter TV, they have made some really cool after movies from each day, and of course you're also in it. And those are always the highlights of those videos too. And when you like switch to your costumes and you do the cosplay, what does that make to yourself? I mean, do you feel like you're becoming someone else already?
I think that's part of the costume, because there is costume making and cosplaying, and we play with the costume, we role play, and we try, for example, we try to be in the character. Sometimes when the character is bad or something, it's really hard to balance it so people don't get scared or don't get intimidated, you know. But yeah, we try to role play too.
Yeah, it's funny, especially for War, because he's a big angry guy, and when you are really angry and pissed off from everything, you have the best role play ever.
Okay.
Yeah, but people won't like you afterwards, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
How much? So then let's see how much Ali is in War, or how much War is in Ali. Like, what would you say? How close are you two together then? Are you like totally different persons, or like do you share like?
I think Ketrin has to tell that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a question for her.
After a few hours at Gamescom in 40 degrees temperature, he's really close to War, like really close.
I see. How would you say it is with you, like Germia and Fury? Are they like soulmates or like completely different persons?
Actually, I love her in the game very much. She's so awesome and epic in everything what she does. But I'm not like that. I'm always trying to be too kind to people, because that's our job here. And yeah, I lack some role play in my character, I would say.
Yeah.
I should be more cheeky, more
badass.
More badass, yeah, I would say. Good word.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, you can get there eventually, so you don't need to start from that point. So, talking again about the making of those costumes, just an estimate. How long did it take you for like take just one of the props? How long would it take you to do one of those shoes or one of the swords? Can you like break that down a little bit?
For the sword, it was really hard because it's fully 3D printed, and
okay, I see.
And I spent almost 2 weeks to make a 3D model, and the next 2 weeks was printing time. So and the post-processing took about 1 week. So in total 5 weeks probably.
Okay, but just like we're talking about the sword right now.
Yeah, just the sword.
Okay, that's a long time, right?
Yeah.
And it also, I mean, it also feels very heavy. Is that mainly the technical stuff that's in it, or are you making it heavy on purpose?
No.
Well, you probably don't want it to be too heavy, right?
Actually, there is funny story behind it, because I already made his original sword, House Eater, with all the skulls and stuff, and and I was like, it's too heavy. I want to make lightweight sword. So I wanted to make this sword because this sword is at the end of the game to destroy final boss, whatever. And I was really loving it. So I wanted to make it, but yeah, it doesn't work so well, and it's even more heavy than the Chaos Eater. So I failed probably a little bit.
And especially in 3D prints, you have to balance the infill that makes it actually heavier, the more materials you have inside. So you want to have it sturdy and lightweight, and that's something you have to balance properly, because if it doesn't have enough infill, it can crack.
Yeah.
And if it does have a lot of infill, it's heavier. So when you print, you really have to have in mind what you want to achieve. And yeah, it's actually 3D printing is a science of itself.
Yes.
So everybody thinks that you just press the button on 3D printer
and then it comes out.
Yeah,
just
it doesn't
the
work
whole
like
sword,
this.
like
Just paint it with all the lights.
Please, printer, print me the whole sword. Thank you.
okay.
No, it doesn't work like
calculate this. Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll be there like in 100 years or 20 years already. How did this 3D printing change the process of making costumes in general? I mean, it opened up a lot of possibilities, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think a lot. Yeah, it's moved a lot of people to 3D modeling too. So there are a lot of people in the industry making game designs, for example, and they started as cosplayers. And I think it's also very good if you, for example, see the 3D printed stuff, it's flawless actually. If you spend the time in sanding and priming it well, it will be flawless as the outcome. And the perfect thing about it is that everybody can do that. You don't need to be like perfectly talented from your birth to be able to make something epic, you know. So that's opening a lot of gates.
But still,
what do you think, guys?
I would have said that the 3D printing, I mean, the 3D modeling also takes a lot of skill.
Of course. I don't want to diminish it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just telling what opened the doors, because if you can work in 3D modeling software, that doesn't mean you are able to work with foam. And on the other side, if you are able to work with foam, that doesn't mean you can 3D model.
Yeah, I think it's just like a different technique, and it can bring more people to cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes it's easier because for me, I was sculpting with normal clay for years, and I used to it. But it was sometimes hard when you needed something symmetrical. But in a 3D modeling program, you just activate symmetry, and you are working with one side, and it is mirroring to the other. So for example, to sculpt this skull, in a normal clay, it can take, for example, 1 day. With 3D modeling program, for example, half of the day.
I see.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
So yeah,
and I think it's cheaper too, because when you sculpt something, you have to cast it and make silicone molds, and those materials are very, very expensive.
Yeah, I've been talking about the other cosplayers. You need also kind of a bigger workshop, maybe, with more tools and stuff like that. So getting started is also quite complicated. Talking about getting started, how long are you guys doing this already? You probably answer this individually, but yeah.
So, Ketrin, you can
Well, I started in 2011, but it was like for 3-4 years. I did it only for fun, so just really easy costumes, really easy stuff, no armors. And then I actually realized that I can do game characters, all the epic stuff, all the epic armors, and it pushed me so hard. So that was really cool.
Okay.
For me, it is around 5 years, I guess. I didn't count it too much, so I'm just doing cool stuff, and it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started nearly at the same time as Ali, like 4 or 5 years ago. We are, I would say we are quite newbies because we are the second wave of cosplayers. We are not the, like...
The second wave, okay.
Yeah, I would say so, because at the time I had a feeling a lot of people got into cosplay because it started to be more and more popular. Before that, people were doing it just for fun. And after like 2014, it started to be like serious hobby and serious competitions and stuff like this. It was even before, but right now it's booming, really.
Getting more and more accepted, getting more and more included, as I said earlier. So you can't think of a Gamescom without cosplay anymore, right? So that's totally part of the whole experience here. And people really look forward to seeing all the fantastic costumes. There are a lot, by the way, out there. Also, people that are just doing this for fun, they still put a lot of effort in those costumes, right? I love that too. So maybe just on that side, if you want to give tips to anyone who is interested in getting started with this, what would be your best advice?
I always tell people I've learned everything on YouTube and on the internet.
Okay.
If you are really eager to learn something, you really can find everything on the internet. So just follow...
Good times.
Yeah. Just follow your favorite creators. Concentrate in the people you like their cosplays. And a lot of people are making tutorials for the starters, or books, or if you are taking part in the contest, ask the judges afterwards what you can do better. And this is how I actually do this. Guys, do you have any other advice?
I think it's the same for everyone, like buy cosplay books, watch cosplay videos. There are so many materials on internet. You will find tutorial for almost any cosplay you can imagine. So yeah.
And definitely be patient, because nobody was born with such a skill. So you have to try everything many times. You try, you fail, you have to repeat again. And that's how we made it.
Yeah, I think this is a really important information, because lots of people ask us or tell us oh, I wish I could be so skilled as you. I wish I could have this talent. And I'm always like, oh, come on, I started small. I started with really, really bad cosplays. It was nothing good at all. But I tried, and I don't give up, and I think I get there. So yeah, everyone can.
Okay. Really cool. Just real quick, I mean, we're having a chat out here. If you guys have any questions here, they probably are very eager to answer those. So just put them in the chat. We're live actually on a few live streams right now. So one of that is the Twitch channel of THQ Nordic, twitch.tv/THQ Nordic. Oh wow, I've been saying this a lot this week. It's getting harder even. So please feel free if you want to interact with us, you can use that one. And we also want to do a Darksiders 3 key giveaway again. So probably watch out for the chat. They'll be having some stuff for you to win here, right?
I'm blind. You have to read it for me, please.
Yeah, I can read if you. I mean, definitely. If there's any questions, I'll forward this to you. No worries. But you wanted to say. I think you said earlier you wanted to say something in Czech for your audience, because you're from the Czech Republic, right?
I want to say something Czech because we stream also together after every event. And I promoted this stream on my channel, so if there's someone from Czech Republic, we can tell something. For example, ahoj, jak se máte? Doufám, že koukáte a doufám, že se vám stream líbí. Snad nám rozumíte a snad řekněte klidně, co chcete ukázat, my vám to ukážeme. Pozdravujeme vás z Gamescomu, doufám, že se těšíte, až přijedeme a budeme streamovat spolu. Co budeme streamovat?
Jasné.
Já myslím, že bychom asi mohli.
Jo, super. Tak jo, mějte se.
Ahoj.
That's it.
That was fun. Okay, nice. I didn't understand the words, so you could have said anything.
Don't worry, not bad word.
I'm not worried at all.
No
You're
dirty
so
words.
nice. You're too
But
nice.
I see some Czech
Yeah,
people.
there actually are people, right? So
Yeah.
Czech power. Yay! Okay, we can have a little look at your Instagram account if you like.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
just quickly stroll through this and see some of your pieces of work.
I can see our pic yesterday's. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there is Legion. On the first picture, there is a video of our whole Legion that is on Gamescom.
Your crew.
Yeah, our crew, so you can see.
There's Strive too.
Yeah, we have Strive. It's famous Ralph from Lighting Cosplay.
Yes, I know him.
There is also Bucky Cosplay and Tingilia Cosplay. So you can
That's so nice.
actually, if it
if it
starts-
plays,
works,
yeah, it's sometimes a little
But there is another.
having this on the browser.
This is from our Cyberpunk contest yesterday.
I see. Okay.
But we have some, it's Cyberpunk. We have some progress pictures if you want in the stories collection. So.
Okay.
But if you're interested in the feed, you can check our channels. Mine is .germia.
Mine is Ali Cosplay Props.
And Ketrin cosplay.
Okay. You definitely got to check those out, as you said. Okay, in those story feeds, you have also some making out stuff.
Third one is showing mainly the progress on this gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like gun. I'm sorry.
This
it's actually
this weapon here.
cross-kill blades, secondary weapon of Fury. And I made it from different materials that are actually so typical for cosplayers because we use everyday stuff to make something epic. So, for example, in this one, are joints from a baby stroller.
I see. Okay. Can you? Oh, you can untouch this.
So I can adjust this in different positions if I want.
You can see the
Yeah, there is
the mechanics
also
here
a
when
LED
you.
light, so there is switch, so I can switch it. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's it. She's carrying it on her back.
Yeah,
sorry.
just real quick. I mean,
She's carrying it normally on her back, but yeah.
not while you sit.
We
That's
use everyday stuff to make something out of this world.
Something different. Can I just?
Yeah,
also
you
quickly,
can hold it, you can see it.
It's also always very interesting to grab those things because they.
It's made from foam mainly.
Uh-huh.
So it's like perfect for Gamescom because it's so squishy. You can actually touch the corners and it doesn't hurt. So.
And actually, that's also already been an issue, right? I think 2 years ago or so, when like they were really taking care of security and thinking how they would handle those cosplay weapons, there was a slight moment when they were thinking about like just in general forbidding every type of weapon, even if it's made out of foam.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a sense, you can still, of course, hit someone with this one, especially with the sword because it's so big. But I mean, you can do this with this light stand too, so it's not no more dangerous than that, right?
It was actually something that we don't like much because every security guard is saying something else, and sometimes they take away things that are not dangerous at all and let through more dangerous things like photo camera stands that are sticking out of the bags, so you can push your eye out with it, and they don't let squishy wings inside. So sometimes it's really hard for cosplayers to actually know what will be let into Gamescom, what not.
What's allowed and what's prohibited.
But we cosplayers try to always be careful with our props because we made them and we don't want them to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So it will maybe hurt more the prop than the person that was hit with the prop.
Yeah, our props are like our babies, so...
We don't hit people. It will destroy our babies,
So I definitely don't want to hit someone with my sword because it will destroy it.
It's still probably a little easier if you like with a company here, then you're more likely to get in.
Definitely.
Because, like, you know, and acknowledge. But if you're just like with a regular visitor ticket and then bringing heavy stuff along, they might be
But
That would be a shame if company, for example, buys props from cosplayers and they can't actually deliver it to Gamescom. That would be...
I mean, you heard about the Destroyer Humans cosplays that have stuck in border control.
Yeah. Border control.
So they only arrived like on Wednesday, I think.
It's
so
always so hard with them.
They missed the first day. That's really mean.
Border control sucks. I'm sorry.
Every time.
How do you transport this stuff anyway? So you would need a case, or can you deassemble
Maybe
this,
you can
or
show it, yeah.
especially for the sword? This is
Actually, this sword is contains from more parts. Because of transportation, I don't want to deattach all, but
just one part, just to.
But
I see. Okay.
It is deattachable.
Yeah, almost all parts on the sword are detachable, so you can easily transfer it.
So you can deattach it almost everything, and put it to regular suitcase. So it's hard sometimes to make something like that happen, but we always have to think a lot about transportation, especially when we are building huge costumes.
And especially when you need to go overseas, like to E3 or something like that. When you need to fly, then it also gets expensive. I've been talking about this also earlier with other cosplayers. Like, we're complaining that you would have a very heavy case for this, and then of course if you got a 45 kilo thing to transport, they will charge you very heavily, right?
They actually don't even let you in the airplane with 40 kilos.
I see.
You have to reach maximum 32 mostly.
Yeah, 32. Yeah.
So when you have more, there's no way.
So you need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
When you
all the time.
Okay, that's very difficult. So as you've been doing this, not forever, but also already for a few years, how many cosplays in total have each of you built? Are you keeping track still? I mean, if only the sword took 5 weeks, I can figure how many you could make if you doing cosplays, just doing cosplays all day, all year long.
Around 15 costumes, I would say. But
for me, it's around 10 costumes. I didn't count it as well, but I think 10 costumes maximum, because I'm building mostly big things, so it takes a lot of time. So
sure.
For me, I have no idea. I didn't count it because I'm also doing lots of really small and easy costumes. So it could be maybe 40, maybe 50. I didn't count.
Okay, see, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I see, that's a lot. What interests you most in doing this? I mean, what's the particular thing that always makes you want to do more, or better, or bigger, or cooler, or what's the challenge for you guys?
For me, I really love crafting the costumes. I really love making it because I always was creative, and this is something that satisfies my creative needs on all levels. You paint, you sand, you draw, you cut, you sculpt, and that's everything in one place, and I really love it. But there is also other thing at the events, the reactions of people when they see you as their favorite character, and they are happy to see you. That's such a precious thing to live through. And there are more things that I love. That's why I do this. Like friends, the community of friends that are close together. On every event you meet somebody new and somebody interesting and somebody friendly. That's amazing. So,
just very quick, how big is the cosplay scene in the Czech Republic? Are there lots of people doing this, or is it rather...
Well, it depends, because there are so many people doing just really really easy costumes or buying from internet, and I think the community with cosplayers that want to go to competitions and want to work for companies, it's quite small.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we are a small country too, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you always got to keep that in mind. But again, like also the prior question, what interests you most in doing the cosplays? I would also like to hear that from you guys.
Well, for me, it's probably the feeling when you first try the costume and it fits, and you look in the mirror and you see the badass character. You can be whatever you want, and I think just for this amazing feeling when you go to the convention and see the people that are like, wow, I think that's the best feeling ever. Or when you are in a competition and you stand in front of the people and they are like just so amazed. I just love this feeling. I can't think it's just so good.
Nice. And what's it for you?
For me, it's from my young age. I always built things like models from paper, from plastic, and I really loved it. And these things has everything in one place, like Jeremy said. And I really love mechanical parts, and I really fell in love with 3D printing now, and of course the reactions of the people. For example, yesterday we was here with with her cyberpunk costume, and for this costume we built cybernetic mechanical hand with moving blade, and it was amazing. People was like, "Oh my God, it's moving! How did you do
the
that?"
reactions were the best. It was so good.
And nobody expected something like that, and we was really amazed from the reactions of the people. So yeah. That's it for me.
I imagine you're getting a lot of love back, right, for all of this.
Yes.
It's cool when people appreciate the work you're putting into all of this, and I certainly do. So once again, this all looks very fantastic. It's super impressive, and I'm glad that we had you here at this booth, because, as I said, it's also we had you a few times in the stream, and it makes it so more lively, and the booth really it comes to life, and the immersion is really crazy when there's characters from the games. I mean, the booth, we've also talked about that. The booth looks fantastic, right? It's a really cool booth, and the cosplayers, they're just this. That's the salt in the soup, I say. So that's what you need for it to really taste good.
The cherry on the cake.
The cherry on the cake, you know. And yeah, I loved it. So thanks for being here, and also thanks for coming. I mean, if there's any last questions from the chat, I don't want to keep you up from it, but I think they are mainly discussing about the giveaway right now, which is okay. If you want to discuss that, you can do so, but still. Just be glad that we're giving away keys here for free. I mean, they're for free. What are you complaining about if anything's for free? I mean, right? Great. So you're almost done right now. So what's your routine after a hard day of cosplay? Just like taking a bath and then
shower is the first thing.
Shower and bed.
Shower and then right into the bed.
And food.
And food too.
And good beer.
And good beer probably. Okay.
Yes.
Nice thing. I mean, is it possible to like eat if this? I don't know if it sits tight and stuff.
Yeah, it is possible to eat. In some costumes, not, but in this one, yeah. But for example, I haven't been in bathroom like for more than 8 hours, so I really look forward to go to the bathroom.
I see. Okay, so I don't want to hold you up more anymore, guys. So again. Thanks for being here. This was really awesome. This was really cool. Thank you for coming.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. So I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked the booth and the whole Gamescom experience. Guys, just real quick. I mean, we're almost done here. This was actually our last real slot. I'll be back after a short break with a few last words, a little bit of thank you here and there, and then we say goodbye for this week. It was an awesome week here at Gamescom, as I said, with all the nice people working here at the THQ Nordic booth, all the cosplayers, all the other members of the staff. It was really amazing. Let's keep that for later. In a few minutes, I'll say goodbye to you properly, and maybe we'll still do some more giveaway thingies here. I mean, just if you want. Like, I don't have to do this, but we could, like, if you wanted to. So bye to you guys. Off to a short break, and then I'll be back afterwards.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Let's go.
The time has come. You must hold on tight.
Silly chimps should know their place. I'll destroy you!
Alles klar, Kinder?
Ich bin bereit.